Hey everybody, it's Zach from Myshire Farm, and today we're starting the Hovobator review, and so we're going to unbox it. A couple different things real quick is they have a lot of different models in the Hovobators. They've got models 1602N, 2362E, blah blah blah. This one is the 1602N. It is a thermal airflow, so it's not circulated air. And it's only $73 on Amazon. So hopefully it goes really well. It'll hold about 120 eggs. And let's put it together. So it's coming with a weird kind of turner. We were gonna use the one we use for the little giant, but we're gonna use the one that it comes with just to see how it does. So we've got the turner here, we've got the bottom tray. Nifty instructions, troubleshoot chart, I like it. It is made by GQF, so it's kind of their cheaper brand. This is to put in the bottom of the incubator to fill up for the water for humidity. So that's kind of nice. I feel like that'll be a little bit easier to clean. So that's nice. Heat. Yeah?
Thermostat.
Thermostat, okay. Oh dear God. You're gonna have to assemble some of this stuff. A motor for the turner. Nice, okay. I do like that this is the heating element and it goes all the way around instead of just one spot. I do think I like that, but again, we'll have to see how it all goes. But that's kind of cool. So, hopefully you guys watched the other videos. We've got the Nurturite 360 video out. We also have the Little Giant review out as well on our YouTube channel. It'll be in the description, so you can check that out if you wanted to watch those as well. And it comes with the same kind of red things for incubation and lockdown I've mentioned before. We'll mention it again. Comes with a little thermostat or thermometer, but we're actually going to use the Govee. And so give me just a second, let me look over everything, we'll be right back, and then we'll put this sucker together. Alright, so George and I checked it out. We're going to show you a couple different things on this. I'm kind of liking it so far. So this, I think you can buy on Amazon if you want to do this just separately, and it didn't come with one. It was like, what, $9, $10, something like that. So that's kind of cool. So we're going to put that in there, and again, that's to fill up the water, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can, you know, fill up as much or as little as you want. And then obviously what they're going to be hatching on will go in there. Excellent. And then this is the motor that it comes with, so we're going to put this on here like so. And yep. Kind of a weird turner, but just checking it out. It comes with a little all right. Oh dear God. I know, sorry. Excellent. So there's that, and then let's see. We're gonna put the Govee in there, and just for fun, just for giggles, we're actually gonna put this one in here too, and just see how it reads. I think that would be kind of interesting. And this part is gonna take me a little bit of time, so we're not gonna show you this part. But so what you're gonna do is it comes with this here. And then this is a wafer thermostat. And George informed me that in the chicken world, these are like extremely trusted and been used for a long, long time. I've never actually seen one until now, so thank you, George. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these little red things, we'll put them in there. As you've watched the other videos, these get filled up until lockdown, and then we take those out at lockdown. But what you're gonna wanna do is, right here is where you're going to adjust the thermostat, increase or decrease the temp. So this goes in, okay, and then you screw it in, and then it goes into this, like so. Jesus. Yep, like so. And then you can adjust it however you want. And what it does is it sits right here, and it'll control the temp for you. And supposedly I mean, it looks pretty basic, but George is swearing by him, so we'll check it out. And we'll have two thermometer hygrometers in there, so I'm pretty excited about it. So we're gonna get this together, and then the next step will be collecting the eggs in just a few days. Now, we are setting this up 48 hours before we use it, so that we can get the temp right, make sure that it's reading correctly everywhere. So this is just the setup stage. So next time you see me, we'll get some eggs and we'll put them in. All right, so today is the day that we're gonna put the eggs into the incubator. There's some things that I wanted to share with you. So first and foremost, if you've been watching our incubator reviews, these babies are 5 days old. We still have not lost any. This is from our little giant experiment that we did. So these blue paper towels will be coming up in 2 days. And then they'll just be on the 1/2x1/2 wire after that. So wanted to show you those. And remember, you can get those on our auction site for the next couple of weeks. And then when we post this video, they'll be on our website. So stay tuned for that. So a couple different things. We are keeping this room between 65 and 72 degrees. So that is the room temperature of how we're doing all of these incubators. So that's number one. Number two, the eggs that we're using are from the exact same cage every incubator, and they are 7 days old. So we're putting them in when they're not 1 day or 2 days, they're 7 days old. So we're trying to keep everything exact for every incubator. A couple things that I saw in this, so we're doing the Turner tray that it's coming with, that came with it, and it's a little weird, so we'll see how that goes. And then obviously we talked about the heating element in this one compared to the other ones. And here's my initial thought. It has been a nightmare getting it to where it's supposed to be, but I'm very hopeful that once we have it exactly where we want it, which is right now, I don't think we're gonna have to adjust it at all. I think it's gonna be very accurate. So that's my initial thought on that. So we're gonna have the red plugs here closed up, and the turner has been on, it's been working. The temp is 99.5 degrees according to the Govee, which is what I trust. And so we're gonna put these eggs in, and we'll keep you posted. So here we go. I am putting 30 eggs in. And again, when you put the lid on, you want to put it on something solid so that the heat does not get too high.
I don't like this because they're gonna roll.
Oh, right. We got them in each corner here. This is where the motor is, so I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit hotter here, so we'll actually be testing that out. And then I've got 555 4411. We're going to close this up. And the Govee is reading 97 now, but that's because the lid was off. When you do put this back on, make sure that it closes down all the way. I don't know if, I don't want to move it. This is the little notch, so that the the wire can come through. So make sure it's in there correctly. And wish us luck, and we'll see you on candling day. Hey guys, so it is lockdown day on our Hovobator, so I'm actually going to move this down and put the lid on top of this, and we're going to candle and see how it goes. There was one thing I wanted to mention that George and I just didn't really think about at all, but this is a still air, which means the temperature should be about 100 degrees, not 99.5. So that's just a thought, but we will take the lid off and let's see how we did. Good. Bad. Good. So we put 30 eggs in, and 7 of them did not develop. It looked like one of them did die in between, the rest just didn't start. So we're at a 77% fertility rate, which is about 10% lower than what we've been doing with the Nurture Right 360 and the Little Giant. I'm sure that was probably a user error because I'm not used to still airs, and this whole heating contraption is just brand new to me. So I would assume that that was my fault, not the incubator's fault, but we'll see how it goes. If we still get a 77% hatch rate, I would be happy about that. So the next step is we're going to take these little red things out. We've discussed that in depth in other videos on why we're doing that. And then I'm going to fill it up with water, and we'll let you know how it goes. So that's the next step. We will see you soon. Hey everybody, so it's actually way past hatch day. Hatch day started almost 2 full days ago, and they continue to be hatching, which means we've got some temperature issues and some humidity issues, which we'll get to in just a second. But we had a very poor hatch rate, and I want to get into all of that in just a second. But we had 11 hatch, which is about a 36%, 37% hatch rate, which is way lower than what we've been doing in the Little Giant and the Nurture Right 360 in the previous videos. It's same cage of the eggs and everything like that. They're how old they were was the same. Everything was the same. But we had a horrible experience, and we will go into that in just a second. But they would not dry out, and the humidity is not very high. So we took them out, we put them in our other lockdown to help them dry out so we can put them in the brooder, because they've been in here for too long as it is. But this is a still air Hovobator, and I cannot recommend it, guys, at all. I know some people swear by them, some people have great success with them. We did some things wrong, there was some issues. It was kind of like Murphy's Law. Anything that could go wrong with this hatch did, and we'll go into all that in just a second, but I cannot recommend it, and I really thought I did. So the Nurture Right 360 video we did, I had zero expectations. Like, I just did not know what to expect, and I was very pleasantly surprised. The Little Giant I thought was going to be awful, and it proved me wrong. I thought for sure that this would go fantastic, and I'd say Hovobator all the way, and I was wrong again. So what do I know, right? There's a couple things that went wrong. First, I got sick. I did not monitor it like I should have. Was not experienced with the still air. I've never had still air before, so that was something new that I had to learn. Again, with the wafer system with the heat, I've never used that before either, so I will take some of that responsibility for not getting a good hatch either. We also had a snowstorm. We've been doing all of these experiments in our brooder room, and usually it's about 65 to 73 degrees in here, and it's fluctuated anywhere from like 55 to 70. Right now it's sitting right around 69 to 70 degrees, but the fluctuation did not help either. So there was a lot of things that went wrong. So first, I wanted to share this little thing that comes with it. It actually was pretty accurate compared to the Govee, so I was kind of surprised about that. So there's one thing. And then the new turner system that we showed you at the beginning, I think would work, and George agrees, would work really well with chickens or even bantam chickens, but with quail, I don't think it would work very well with quail. It didn't work very well for us. I think the wafer system is a very good idea. I think it's been tested and proved for a long period of time before. I don't recommend it for a new person starting out because it is a lot of managing, it's a lot of checking, it's a lot moving around, and I think when you get it to where you want it to go and you can stabilize it, I think you're off to the races. But I think it's a lot of work to get there, so I don't recommend that either. Now, one thing we did was, this is a Hovobator 1602N model. That is not forced air. This is still air incubator. Right before we started doing this last part of the video, we went on Amazon and we actually looked, and so George thought, well, maybe we can just buy a fan and we'll just modify this one. Well, the fan for this is $40. This incubator was like $77. So we looked at the same exact incubator with a fan, and it was only $99. So it's actually cheaper to just buy one with a fan. So that's what we did, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna set this one and the same exact model just with forced air next to each other, and we're gonna do a video for you that way. They're both gonna have the wafer system. Everything else is gonna be the exact same, just one will be still air and one will be forced air, and we'll show you the difference between the two. So I think that video will be very helpful for you. And the whole purpose of these incubator review videos is to really just get you to think what would work best for you, because some people really like the Nurturite 360 and some people don't. Some people like the Little Giant, some people don't. Some people like this, some people don't. So it's just, you got to find out what works best for you. The still air incubator does not work for us. I can just tell you that right now. We had major fluctuations in the temperature and the humidity. I think that if you do have one of these, and this is just a tip for you if you already have one, if you insulate this with a blanket or a towel, I think that that would help the fluctuation. So that's just an extra tip for you. If this new Hovobator comes in, the forced air one comes in before next Friday, we'll start that video. If it doesn't, we're going to be starting the Farm Innovators for you, because that's another popular one that people buy starting out. And again, this is for these reviews are mainly for people starting out not knowing what to start with. So if you have a still air Hovobator like this, or if you've had a Little Giant or a Nurturite 360 or any of the reviews that we've done so far, and you've had success, go ahead and place in the comments what you do differently and try to help everybody out. But that is pretty much our review. So I don't recommend it. We are going to try it one more time, and we'll let you know how that goes. And we won't be showing you moving the chicks or anything because they're struggling. So we're going to try to save them and get them warmed up and fluffed out. If you have any questions, comment below, and we'll be starting the next review next week. So stay tuned.